Hello, my name is John Rose, and in this video I'd like to address a very common comment that I keep getting over and over and over. Can't help but think it's a sad joke. There are some shields out there, maybe some guy sending everybody over here saying, ask him the same question over and over and over and over again. But then again, I also understand a lot of people just really don't know what I know. And you don't understand why I get outraged. You don't have the knowledge I have. I understand that. If you don't know what I know, you don't know why I'm outraged. And you don't understand why I might be yelling and raising my voice. I use the appropriate language for the appropriate emotion for the appropriate situation. I'm not out here yelling the whole time. But damn it, when I'm talking about something that pisses me off, you don't think I'm going to raise my voice, then that's not sincere, man. I'm putting myself out there for you guys. I'm pouring it out there for you guys. I'm letting you know how I feel. Because a lot of you don't know what I know. Very few people truly understand. How many problems go away when you quit making mistakes? Damn it all to hell. Too many of you guys are suffering and you trust conventional medicine and it's wrong. It's not, doesn't work. They don't have answers. They don't get results. When they don't get results, why do we listen to their stupid explanations? Because our brains have been bombarded by bullshit, and all anybody has to do to control everybody is just tell somebody something over and over and over. It doesn't even matter if it makes any sense. The fact that it's been bombarded in our brains so many times, that belief has so many references that it doesn't matter. For most people, what comes against it, it doesn't have a chance. Now, some of us aren't quite that gullible, and maybe we're a little more skeptical and open-minded at the same time. You see, people who are skeptical usually are skeptical against anti-status quo. They get sucked into the status quo, but dang, if you're really skeptical, the people you need to be skeptical about is the status quo. Why? Because they don't have any answers. If you're looking for solutions for problems, you can't go looking for someone who doesn't have any answers. They don't have any solutions in their boxes. You got to go to someone else who thinks outside the box. Got to come to someone like me who's put together a 6-box system that's identified all the pieces that can illustrate how to get out of the hell we're in and back into the place we need to be. You can go down below to my description box, and I'll put a link down there for the ultimate schematic. This is a special teaching tool I created, and we can use this to solve problems. We can use it to understand, for example, why some people will say, this can't be our ideal diet because you got to supplement. Can't you use logic? What are you, stupid? You're not using logic. No, you don't have enough information to use logic. If you don't have the knowledge, you can't use logic because you ain't got nothing to work with. Oh, I get tickled at you guys. You have to understand. Things have changed. Our ideal diet only works in an ideal world, and we don't live in an ideal world anymore. But we still have to respect the fact that we have been born with anatomical limitations. You can't deny that. We have a species-specific diet. And the interesting thing here is people will use their mistake for a reason to keep making their mistake. Now, to explain that, mistakes are in the second stage of knowledge. So this is where my teaching tool comes into play. And it's not complicated, it's just 3 stages of knowledge. It's really a 3-box system with pluses and minuses. You got the first stage, second stage, third stage. First stage is the things we think, and the second stage is things we do. This is where we're making mistakes. These are our lifestyle choices. So people use the mistakes they make as an excuse to keep making the mistake. And the mistake they make is they eat animal products, and they become dependent upon it because it has level 2 nutrients that our ideal diet doesn't have. And then they go, oh, your ideal diet is not our ideal diet because I need these level 2 nutrients that are in this mistake I'm making. I'm using my mistake to keep making the mistake and not go back and satisfy my species-specific diet. You see, there's 2 groups of needs we have to satisfy. That's the key. 12 in one and 2 in the other. In the 12, one is food. And that's where a raw vegan diet hits. But we haven't been obeying these rules. We've damaged our body. We've become dependent upon our mistakes, and now we use the mistakes saying, oh, it's not our ideal diet because you got to supplement. Well, you got to supplement because you fucked up. Pardon all my French. I don't like to use that word very often. And I don't. Don't get offended. Don't think I'm going to be using that and throwing it out every second. Out of the 500,000 words I've used, I probably used it less than 5 times. But anyway, I use it more when I role play than anything else. But the key here is when you damage yourself, you can't use that as an excuse to keep making the same mistake. So again, what happens? We're supposed to satisfy our needs. We don't satisfy them. We damage ourselves and our environment. Now we got another group of needs because we're damaged. How can we be damaged? Oh, I ate fish for millennia. My species did. I'm from Norway, and we've been eating so much fish that we've been giving our body a level 2 nutrient that a plant-eating species gets and makes if they're healthy, DHA. So they're getting all this DHA directly from the fish. So what happens over the millennium is their body doesn't make that anymore. You see, they become dependent upon that mistake. And true enough, that's true. They have to realize from here on out, I've got to address that DHA issue. So we do the same thing. We have to understand, okay, yes, I can't get everything I need from my ideal diet anymore. I've damaged myself. Either my ancestors did it or I did it in my own lifetime. We can do this individually. Over a 50-year period of time, we can damage ourselves and not make certain level 2 nutrients. And now we can't get everything we need from our ideal diet. It's not an excuse to obey the fact that we have anatomical limitations based on how we're born, but we also have these anatomical limitations based on the damage we've done. So there's 2 anatomical damages we need to understand. And what you have to understand is you just can't ignore this one and say, I got to do this one. You got to do both. Excuse me. Hang on, little girl. My little dog gets twisted sometimes and can't get out. So that's the key. We got 2 groups of needs, and you got to satisfy both of them. And you can't use this group of needs as an excuse not to satisfy this. Doesn't work. You have a species-specific diet, you have to satisfy those needs. The fact that some of us might have to supplement does not mean that that's still not how we're designed. It just means that things have changed a lot. A lot of us aren't living where we're supposed to live. What do if we can't get enough sunshine? Well, you're going to be living a less than ideal life, aren't you? That's going to be the sad reality because we need that sun all the time. That's how we're supposed to be in the sun all the time. So if you're living way up there where the sun isn't, then you're going to have to make some adjustments, aren't you? Might need to get a sun lamp or something, or you have to take definite supplements. You'll be more into the supplements than anybody else because you're not getting that vital nutrient, that sunshine, so important. So maybe it's time to move. Maybe we should move this whole planet. We got plenty of space on this planet to move into a warm climate on this planet. And I can understand the dilemma we're in now. If your ancestry's been way up north for a long time, I wouldn't want to leave either, but doesn't mean you can't have 2 places, right? See, that's what we don't realize. This place is an extremely abundant planet. We should be able to have the luxury of just going anywhere and doing almost anything we want. If we learn to cooperate and pool our interests together, that's not happening right now. We have a very small group of people who are siphoning off all the profits and are creating this illusion of scarcity. And I've talked about this many times. I won't go into it in this video. So for now, I just want to emphasize that you can't use a mistake as a reason to keep making the mistake. Yes, we have to supplement sometimes. It doesn't discount or take away from the fact that we still have anatomical limitations. And we have to realize that we've damaged ourselves. So what's the best solution to all of our problems? Well, got to satisfy 2 groups of needs. Most of us aren't willing and able to do that. Most of us don't even know about it. That's why we're not able. And then when we find out what it is, it's a difficult thing to do. That's why I added that first step. It addresses the willingness issue. And you can go down below in the description box. As always reference to this. For one reason, I want all my videos to go back and do something that you guys need to do. We need to reach the tipping point and help other people realize. If you got arthritis, you got diabetes, you got cancer. Stop making mistakes. Change as fast as your body will allow you. In most cases, that's a solid food vacation. And when we change as fast as we can, we're in for a treat.